Here we go, part two. Okay, part two of 2.1 polynomial long division. Let's rock and roll. So, analyzing the worked example that we just worked out on our scratch sheet of paper. In what ways are integer and polynomial long divisions algorithms similar? Obviously, it's the same process, just a little harder. Not necessarily harder, we just have to think a little bit more, so be very, very mindful of that. If we looked at the worked example, don't forget we're taking our divisor 12 times what we got at the end, which was 305. 12 times 305 gives me that 3,660. Same thing for our quadratic function. Our divisor was x plus 4, and we found out the other factor is 2x minus 3. Okay, should have zoomed in a little bit, but that's the basis of making sure that we know it's basically the same thing, just with algebra we're making it a little bit more challenging. Okay, here we go. Writing the product of the linear factors of the function as a function of f of x. This is very, very good. This is all star level. Okay, very, very cool stuff. Star level for this little piece. I'm gonna have my regular function f of x, which is 2x to the power of 2 plus 5x minus 12. And if we take our products that we just found out are factors, we're just going to be writing it the same exact way, which is x plus 4 times 2x minus 3. We already did the box method, which showed that it is the exact same thing. And again, this is a star level question. Determining our zeros. If we go back to Desmos, you can look at the zeros right away. But of course, if we need a little extra help, don't forget we got x plus 4 equals 0, setting it equal to 0 because we know that those are our zeros. And we solve for x real fast. Minus 4, that cancels. There's my x equals 0 minus 4. Let's get our calculator real fast, because even then sometimes we're still a little stuck. 0 minus 4 is negative 4. Beautiful. Coming around, we already solved this, but of course it doesn't hurt to practice. Opposite of minus 3 is plus 3. That's my 0 right there. Bringing down the 2x equals 0 plus 3 is 3. Divide, 2, x equals 1.5. Terrific. Okay. I definitely do want you to try number 2 on your own. Do the long division on your own just to see how your teachers can do it. I'm going to skip that part. Obviously, letter C is your own opinion. But I do want to show you factor form. Definitely want to show you factor form. Check it out. First step. Let me bring down my information. Let me bring down my function. I'm going to give it a name. Let's give it a name of, we can keep it, f of x is fine. Okay, can't really see it. Let me move it over. Okay, we're going to use this to find out if this is a 0. We can, of course, we can use Desmos. We can click on the x-intercepts and we see if it's 7. but there's a way to check right here. First things first, let's set this equal to 0. I'm gonna find out what x is. Little border, plus 7, that creates a 0. X equals 0 plus 7 is 7. I'm gonna put it right here. F of 7 equals, check it out, replace my x, 7, plus, replace my x with 7. Beautiful, beautiful. We're replacing our x's with 7 because we want to see if indeed this is a 0 of this function. Let's work it out. 49 squared. Oh, I said the answer already. I'm so funny. I always do that all the time, and I hate it. 7 squared is 49. Gonna write that out real fast. 49. 5 times 7, that is 35, minus 84. Read left to right. 49 plus 35. I don't know how to do that real fast. 49 plus 35. I do get, oops. I do get 84. 84, bring down this minus 84. You should be able to do that really fast. 84 minus 84 is 0. Check mark, check mark, check mark. So, this is a factor. It does work. If we got something else, then it becomes an issue and all that extra stuff. But again, don't forget, gonna show you Desmos real fast. Don't forget, get your Desmos. Zoom out a little bit, sorry. Get your function, type it in. Let's type it in real fast. F of x equals x to the power of 2 plus 5x minus 84. Okay? Can't really see this function that well, so I'm going to zoom out. Be careful when you zoom out. But x-axis, oops, sorry. Couldn't see it if I press home real quick. This is what we saw. Obviously, we can see that it crosses at 7. If I wanted to see my other x-intercept, yes, we see it there at 7, and there's my other one, which is factor form x plus 12. Okay, so don't be afraid to use Desmos. Desmos does help you a lot. How much time have we done? 8 minutes. Nice long lesson. Okay, here we go. Definitely try this on your own. Pause the video, try it on your own, see what happens, because I already know we're going to start freaking out. But make sure you read the question, try it on your own. Okay, let's do this. It says or right here, but let's try both. First things first, long division. We have 12x squared minus 19x plus 10, using my factor form right here. Let's rock and roll. Something times x can give me 12x squared. Don't forget anything times 1. So I'm going to say 12 times 1 gives me 12. Don't forget that x times x gives me x to the power of 2. Very, very consistent. I know a lot of us are going to want to do this. Long division is pretty hard, but definitely challenge yourself. Okay, something times x gives me 19x. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. 12x times minus 2, that's negative 24x. Let's subtract this. 12 minus 12, that's 0. Negative 19 minus 24. I'm going to double check it just because I want to. Negative 19 minus 24. Negative 43. Oh, wait. Typed it in wrong. negative 19 minus negative 24. I typed it wrong. Sorry about that. I was like, what? Minus negative 24 gives me 5. There you go. That looks a lot nicer. Bring it down to 10. Something times 1 gives me 5. 5 times 1 gives me 5. I don't need the x because this has an x, so don't forget the x. And then 5 times negative 2 gives me negative 10. Gotta subtract this. 5 minus 5, that's my 0. Be careful. 10 minus negative 10. Show you real quick. 10 minus negative 10. 20. Uh-oh. 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 We're supposed to be getting a 0 here. What is happening? This is called a remainder. So that means this is not a factor. Very, very different. Very, very different. Again, don't be nervous. We're going to be okay. Let's see what we get when we do factored form. Don't forget bringing out the information. X minus 2, bringing out the information. Let's give it a name. We can call it a different name. We can call it P of X equals 12x squared minus 19x plus 10. Can we see it? Love it. Let me zoom in just a smidge right there. Setting this equal to 0. X minus 2 equals 0. Little border, opposite. Negative 2 plus 2, that's 0. Bring down the x. 0 plus 2. Here we go. Doing P of 2. Slow it down because I'm getting excited because this is some good math. There we go. Replacing x's with 2. I like to do different colors, so hopefully that's helping. Middle school kiddos. And let's rock and roll. 2 squared is just 4. 12 times 4 is 48. Double check with your calculator. Negative 19 times 2 is negative 38, or just minus 38. Bring down the plus 10. Reading from left to right. 48 minus 38 is 10. Bring down the plus 10 again. And as we can see, 10 plus 10 is 20, which is what we got right here. So we did do long division correctly. We are seeing that factor form is 20. We cannot have that. We need a 0 because it's called a 0 for a reason. So because this is happening, we are going to talk about in the next video specifically what do we do with remainders. Okay, try letter B on your own. Pause it so you can try it out. Hopefully you tried it out. I know a lot of us are like, what the French toast do we do with this? Long division. I'm gonna stop right there. Because we don't have a middle x value, because we're supposed to be going x squared plus x1 plus x0. X0 is this number right here. Because we don't have an x1, we're gonna put a 0 right there because it doesn't exist. So x squared plus 0x minus 324. Not a 1x, a 0x, because this is telling me it does not exist. Now we do the x plus 18, and we start rocking and rolling. Something times 1x gives me 1x squared, which is just 1x. 1 times 1 is 1. X times x gives me that x to the power 2. Don't forget to do the next one. 1 times 18, that's a positive 18x. And we're subtracting. 1 minus 1, beautiful. 0 minus 18, that gives me a negative 18. Bring down this bad boy. Next. Something times 1 gives me negative 18. I like the ones with the 1s because these are a lot easier, I think. Negative 18 times x, keep the x. Negative 18 times 18, get your calculator, that is a big number. Negative 18 times 18, negative 324. And this is what we want to see. The exact same thing, because when I subtract it, negative 18 minus negative 18 gives me 0. Negative 324 minus negative 324 gives me 0. This is money maker right there. Love it. Because this is a 0, that means there's no remainder. So this is, yes, a factor. Meaning that this is a factor as well. Can we double check? Of course. Bring this over here. X plus 18. Bring this over here. X minus 324. Solve for 0 real fast. X plus 18 equals 0. Minus 18, minus 18. There's a 0. Bring down my x. Almost done. 0 minus 18. Let's check. 0 minus 18. Negative 18. Go right there. Oop, I forgot to give it a name. I'm sorry. Let's call it W of x. W of negative 18x. I'm sorry, I definitely forgot to give it a name. That's my fault. Negative 18 squared, and then the minus 24. 324. Let's check what negative 18 squared is. You do need the parentheses, don't forget that. 324. 324 minus 324. 324 minus 324. 0. W of negative 18 is 0. Looks wonderful. Okay, I know a lot of information to retain. Please, please, please make sure you rewatch. Make sure you use Desmos. You'll see that Desmos is telling you 18. Definitely make sure you get this taken care of. A lot of intense math in this topic so far. Okay, next video.